What's up, everybody? It's me. It's your boy Jarvis. It's your boy Austin. Amanda, you tried to be one, but Tim got you beat there.
We
Reed,
got you.
what's up, man? Reed, should probably be you on here training, even over me. Thanks for all the hard work you're doing putting that in there. What's up? What's up? What's up? How we doing, everybody? Boy, we got the whole crew here. People in Bangladesh, Salt Lake.
I love that I recognize so many of these faces and people from the Facebook group.
Oh, I know. I feel like I've told my wife about all you guys. I'm like, this is just the crew here. I love it. I love it. Colombia, the Netherlands. My dad was asking me the other day, he's like, how many countries do you think are represented in your customer base? And he runs a financial advising company in Kansas. And I was like, I don't know, Dad, probably like all of them. And he's like, what? I don't know if that's true, but it's got to be most of them at least here.
Isn't like only half of our customer base the US?
Yeah, it's right at about half here.
Oh, we got
Sweet.
another Austinite.
Austinites. Yeah, we're here in Austin. Well, this is awesome, y'all. Love being with you. It's Friday here. I've been up since 4:30. My house shook from the thunder last night, and I thought my house was like exploding. So I've been up early and just getting prepped here. So
Dave, I know you think it's early because it's not Friday, it's Thursday, buddy.
gosh, look at that. See, look at that. I mean Thursday. All right, so I promise my train's gonna be sharper than my ability to keep track of the days of the week here. So anyway, folks, let's go ahead and get going. You guys are awesome and busy people. I know you've got a ton of free time now that you can write about 50 times the content that you would before, but I still don't want to take up your whole day. And I got lunch plans today, so we can't go forever here. So I'm just going to give you a quick overview of what we're going to be talking about here in this training. So it's called How to Write a Blog Post That Ranks High in the Search Engines with Jarvis. I'm Dave, co-founder here. You've probably seen me in some videos. We've got a mix of customers here, a mix of prospective customers. This is going to be, at least the first part, a little bit more of a members customer training. So here's kind of the game plan. I'm just going to first kick us off with an over-the-shoulder, meat and potatoes, no fluff training on how to write SEO optimized blog posts. Then after that, for new customers, if you haven't joined, you're thinking about joining, I'm going to talk a bit about the Pro Unlimited plan. If you're interested, and just talk about tomorrow's price increase. And so, the price is going up tomorrow at midnight. And so you're definitely going to want to pay attention to that. And then we'll do some Q&A. So that's kind of the game plan. This will be fun. This will be casual. This is not a webinar. This is really
And he's gone. Well, let's just hang out here until he comes on back.
I'm back. I'm back.
We lost you.
What in the
We're
world? Where did you guys lose me?
just for a second. You
Right at
were,
the end there.
yeah, yeah, you're
All
good.
right. Well, Austin, call my phone call my phone twice if it goes off again, or have Chris run in here and yeah, Jarvis. I think Jarvis pulled the plug on me there. Anyway, we're back.
Asshole.
And barring any crazy technical issues, we're going to keep rolling here. So I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen. But again, meat and potatoes training. If you want to join, sign up, talk a bit about this. We are going to record this and put it in the academy as well. So we don't need to ask that 40 million times over the next 30 minutes. And we'll get you guys all taken care of. So we got Austin here. He'll kind of man the chat. We got Chris, I think, in the chat as well. Can you see that screen here? Great. You see that, Austin? All right, awesome, folks. Let's kind of dig in and have some fun. And so, with a lot of the new updates that we've created recently, Jarvis is just a beast at knocking out tons of great content. And then with new integration with Surfer, we've got a lot of strength and power around actually making sure it's SEO optimized content here. And so I'm just going to kind of walk through an example. And this is an example about how to take care of, so I'm just going to start here. Write a blog post about how to maintain St. Augustine grass. Now, St. Augustine is a species of grass that I have in my yard, and I've been thinking about this as a homeowner over the last few years, watching all these YouTube videos, but I don't know a ton about this. I think this is kind of the sweet spot for Jarvis, is you writing about topics that you know some about, but you maybe couldn't like write in depth about, because you do need to be able to fact check. You do need to be able to kind of steer Jarvis, to what is, true. He'll get pretty close, but at the same time, I really couldn't write about St. Augustine. I couldn't write a blog post about St. Augustine grass right now. I could just kind of like repeat some of the YouTube videos and stuff that I've watched. And so I think this would be a good post as an example for us. It's probably like decently easy to rank for as well. Okay, so write a blog post about how to maintain St. Augustine grass. The blog post should give tips for homeowners I think it's in Texas and Florida, who want a nice lawn without needing professional help. That's me, guys. I want the nice lawn. I don't want the professional help. So I need help there. Okay. So I'll kind of start it off with that. I'm prompting about what the blog's going to be, a little bit of info about it. We'll see kind of where this goes. Then I've also got the ability to add some keywords. What keywords do is make Jarvis more likely in a given compose section to include that keyword. So here, the keyword would probably be St. Augustine grass. I want him to write about that a little more often. Okay. Now he's going to take this description, not necessarily the keyword, and he's going to give me some good titles. Okay, so 12 tips for maintaining St. Augustine grass in Texas and Florida. We'll do this. Tips for maintaining St. Augustine grass. But all these are pretty dang good. Okay, now instead of writing my own paragraph, because, writing paragraphs from scratch is for schmucks, I'm going to go ahead and let Jarvis give me a few good paragraphs here. And we'll read them. So St. Augustine grass is a popular choice for homeowners in Florida and Texas looking to maintain their lawns on their own. The type of grass needs very little maintenance, but it does need some care from time to time. St. Augustine grass can be found across the United States, but is most often used in these two states because it withstands drought and salt better than other types of turf grass. So I like this. I'd rather it kind of like lead into the blog post a little bit here. If so, then this blog post is for you. It's full of tips and tricks. Cool. This one looks a little bit better here. Hello, St. Augustine grass enthusiasts. That's pretty good. Have you been looking for ways to maintain it? Yada, yada. You'll learn how to identify the type of grass that you have, different types of mowing equipment available to market today, and even how to fertilize your lawn property. Okay, so I've got my intro paragraph, and now I've got to, basically the next steps would be to write an outline here. So when I'm going to go ahead and open this up, I'm going to make this like 7 tips. So like numbered little listicles there. I'm going to open up my Surfer account. So for those of you guys that don't know, Surfer SEO is a really, really cool tool that does a bunch of keyword research and fancy schmancy stuff for you. And I will say this, folks, I'm a really good marketer, but I'm not really great at SEO. And so I'm capable, but I'm not an SEO expert. I know, the SEO folks on here are going to be yelling at me, but that's not a ranking factor, Dave. I don't know all of that stuff, but I know a lot of you folks also don't know a lot of that stuff. And so I'm going to show you a process for people that are competent humans, but maybe aren't SEO experts. So this is going to be for you if that's kind of where you land. And if you are an SEO expert, well, then you'll be able to, blow past me as well. So basically what I've done is I've created a little content editor for this keyword, tips for maintaining St. Augustine grass. And then what this does is it goes and it looks at a bunch of competitors that are already ranking in the top 10 on there for that search term. And it's going to help me outrank all of them by comparing a bit to those competitive articles that are up there. What it's also going to do is it's going to give me kind of a number of words that the article should be. So I need to be about over 1,000 words, 1,000 to 1,200 words. I need to have about 8 to 16 headings. I need to have quite a few paragraphs, I need to have, 2 to 6 images in there. And it gives me a bunch of keywords that I should roughly include. Additionally, it gives me some ideas for headings, and words that they would want to see in headings. It also gives me some topics that are kind of commonly asked questions. How do you keep St. Augustine grass healthy? How often should you cut St. Augustine grass? Can you overwater St. Augustine grass? Should I dethatch my St. Augustine grass? These are all great questions that are going to help me build out the framework for the content. So what I'll do here is just start to build an outline. How do you keep St. Augustine grass healthy? How often should you cut St. Augustine grass? Can you overwater St. Augustine grass? Here I'm using just Grammarly to help clean up some of the typos or I guess grammatical differences. Should I dethatch my St. Augustine grass? Another thing I'm going to go do is St. Augustine grass tips, and Google will give you a lot of really good questions that are common for people to ask about this. So St. Augustine grass choke out weeds. That might be one. Will St. Augustine grass choke out weeds? How high should I mow St. Augustine grass? Should I use fertilizer on my St. Augustine grass? I mean, you guys get the picture here. So what I'm going to do now is go through, and now I've got a little bit of an outline here, and turn these into H2s. We just added this yesterday. I know, the crowd is rejoicing because they wanted styling in here. And so I'm going to go ahead and put these as H2s, and you'll see my score, starts to go up. And boom, there we go. So here it's kind of wanting, care for St. Augustine grass. It's like how to care St. Augustine grass in the summer. That might be one. Well, see, it's actually kind of not tracking that for some reason. I bet if I twisted that, it would track it. Oh no, I didn't do the H2 yet. All right, there we go. Okay, so I'm already up to a 27 out of 100 here, and I haven't even really gotten started. And so now I've got, intro paragraph. I've got, my, headings. And what I could do here is actually, just to kind of frame this up nicely, is open up the power mode where we've got the different templates. And I'm going to use this blog post conclusion paragraph. You can see I already was playing around with this earlier and kind of framing this, but basically what I'm going to do now is put in, 7 tips for maintaining St. Augustine grass, generate a conclusion paragraph, and just pop this at the bottom here, just so I remember.
Real quick, you have it say weeks and the 5th H2. You probably want it to have weeds.
Weeds. There we go. Thank you, sir. Okay, conclusion paragraph. Now that you know how to maintain your St. Augustine grass and keep it looking lush in the process, keep these tips in mind. What are some of your favorite techniques while maintaining St. Augustine grass? Let us know below. Boom. Beautiful conclusion paragraph. Let's put this, in conclusion. Okay. All right, folks. So what do we do now here? Well, I'm going to go back into Surfer, and we're going to start building this thing out. So really what I want to happen here is
Surfer and what is Conversion.ai, just so they know clearly they're different products.
Yeah. So this is Surfer, and you don't have to have Surfer. A lot of our customers don't have a Surfer account. You'd have to have a separate Surfer account that you'd integrate into this. I like it a lot, particularly because I'm not great at SEO. So this is kind of like easy, nice training wheels for a guy like me. But if you knew SEO really well, or better than me at least, like you don't have to have this. But I'd say if you're serious about writing blog posts, having a tool like this is just insanely helpful here. But that's kind of anything in this tab is the Surfer SEO account here. Cool. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to look at all of these different keywords. I'm going to start writing. So what I need to do for Jarvis, there's really 2 short codes that you can use to help steer the AI. I'll kind of prime this. First of all is adding these little pound signs before a heading, just to help Jarvis know that it is a heading. And basically what it does is it makes Jarvis more likely to just write a paragraph after that here. The second one that we can use is if I run this and Jarvis is repeating something from up above, I can add this short code of 3 stars. And so basically what that does is it stops Jarvis from reading anything above those 3 asterisks there. And so he'll just write, fresh from that point on. And so I won't do the stars for now, but I can always add that later because Jarvis is basically looking at everything that was written before. He's looking at, the title, he's looking at the content description, and he's looking at the keywords, and he's trying to figure out what's the next best thing to write from here. Okay, so how do you keep St. Augustine grass healthy? A common question, and so I'm just going to kind of, tee it up like this. A common question for St. Augustine grass enthusiasts is, how do I keep my lawn healthy? Well, it's not rocket science. For starters, the best thing you can do for your yard is to water it regularly. You should also be sure to fertilize and overseed as needed throughout the year in order to maintain a nice green color. And, I'm going to change this. Hello, St. Augustine grass enthusiasts. I might say like, grass loving homeowners. Because it's like I'm not totally writing for enthusiasts. And that's gonna change, how Jarvis writes, as far as who the audience is there. So I'm gonna go ahead and run this thing a few times. One thing I will say is, how often should you cut St. Augustine grass? If I want Jarvis to include different keywords, then I need to go update it here. And you can just update this as you go. Okay, so I'm going to write answer the question. How often should you cut St. Augustine grass? And then I'm going to look for, some of the keywords over here. If I need to add those, lawnmower, maybe the word blade to see that there. We'll start there.
Keywords right now, Dave? You're looking
Basically, I'm just looking at these down here. I'm just trying to, I want to hit these ranges. I want all of these to turn green. And so, how often should you cut St. Augustine grass? When it's time, I was going to start it off with, you just start off with something general there. When it's time to cut your grass, you should always use the right type of lawnmower. St. Augustine grass can grow quite tall and thick, so a powerful lawnmower that is able to handle dense growth will be necessary for tackling this variety of turf grass. You'll also want to make sure you have sharp blades in your machine before starting. Okay, so I'm going to leave that there. We write a little bit more, okay? You also want to make sure you have sharp blades. The frequency of lawn mowing depends on climates. And here what I'm kind of doing is I'm looking at, words that are over here and just trying to include some of those as I tee it up. Climates and weather. I recommend, and I'll run this thing again, cutting your lawn once a week during the summer months and every 2 weeks in winter. The frequency of lawn mowing will also depend on how often you want to water your grass. If you're looking for something that is more drought resistant, I would recommend going with turf type. Now here it's kind of getting into zoysia and other types of grass, but obviously this thing is for St. Augustine. And so I'm not going to worry about that too much there. Okay, let's go ahead and keep rolling here. And I'll come back to each one of these sections. But I just want to start to build out a framework for this. Can you overwater St. Augustine grass? So I'm going to start it off again. Watering St. Augustine at the wrong time can lead to certain complications. For example, too much water during hot days and intense sun can cause fungal disease or make it difficult for grass roots to grow deep enough in search of nutrients. On these types of days, you should only irrigate an hour before sunrise or 1 hour after sunset in order to prevent damaging your lawn. Actually, just from, again, my YouTube videos, I don't think you want to water 1 hour after sunset because you want the sun to come out and dry it all out.
And so tell us about where it's learning or pulling this information from, and is it fact checked, and is it original?
Yeah. So, all of this content should be original. We can run it through a plagiarism checker at the end, but it's almost certainly original. Basically, what it's done is it's been trained on about 10% of the internet, reading a bunch of blog posts and stuff like that, Wikipedia articles and all of that. And it's learning real facts about this, but it's also learning how people talk. And what the AI is really doing is it's really great at pattern recognition. And so here it's looking at the patterns written above and it's trying to match that. And it actually picks words. It picks the next word, one word at a time. And so it's not just like lifting big sentences from articles or whatever. When it writes the word damaging to prevent damaging, it does not know what word is coming after damaging when it writes the word damaging. And so, every time it writes a word, it's kind of then now looking back at it again. Okay, it's like, what's the most likely word here to prevent damaging? And then it doesn't know what it's going to write next, and then, lawn. And so basically what that does is it creates really original, unique content that almost never, gets flagged by any serious plagiarism checkers, because it's not, it's more writing sentences kind of how we would write them, and compiling them fresh. It's not like lifting big, sections, all at once. Does that make sense? Okay,
Why we need the hashtags?
the hashtags basically let Jarvis know that this is a heading, and it makes Jarvis more likely to write a paragraph underneath that here.
If they don't include it, then sometimes it'll go like bullet points or something else.
Yeah, if you don't include it, he's probably just more likely to write another heading. So if I didn't include this, it'd probably be more likely to just write another question about St. Augustine grass there. Okay, so here I'm going to kind of get started. Should I dethatch my St. Augustine grass? The dethatching process removes thatch from the lawn, which is a layer of dead grass and roots. Thatch can be caused by factors such as invasive weeds, deep wear. Although dethatching may not always seem necessary, it could help increase air circulation in your soil to reduce pest problems like grubs. Okay, I'm just going to keep on rolling here and then come back. You can see some of the words I need to include here. And so here's a cool tip. So like the word soil, I'm not using the word soil enough. I'm also not using the word, lawns being used quite a bit. We'll say weed control. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and change this. Soil, weed control. Answer the question, will St. Augustine help choke out weeds? So I'm updating my brief as I go, and I'm updating my keywords as I go to help keep Jarvis on track here. Okay, well, St. Augustine grass choke out weeds. One of the best this thing's gone off the rails here. Let me go back. That'll happen sometimes. Okay, one of the best St. Augustine is very aggressive grass and will choke out many weeds due to its deep roots. However, on occasion, you may also need to use weed killer or another type of herbicide in order to prevent new weeds from taking root. This can be done with one quick spray application every few weeks as needed, or you can, I don't really know where this is going, but we'll just kind of keep teeing it up. Or you can use a weed killer such as Roundup to take care of your weeds once and for all. And then I might even put, some of the best weed killer brands are, let's let them run. I bet I'll create a bullet point list. I'm not totally sure. Roundup, Ortho, Weed Be Gone, and Spectricide, Triazicide. Look what's happening, guys. Like this thing's just climbing, from 24, all the way up, and I hardly know what I'm even talking about here. Okay, so I'm not going to be able to fact check all this stuff like right here live, but I'd be wanting to know some of that stuff. How high should I mow with St. Augustine grass? The height of what I'm going to do is again kind of look through. Is there anything that might want to include over here? Well, really, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go change this again. Answer the question. How high should I mow my St. Augustine grass? the height you you're saying Augustine grass is important because you want to maintain the thickness of the blades at a height that will not slow down water absorption and also prevent it from becoming too long, which can lead to dry patches on top. Mowing heights for healthy St. Augustine should range between 2 and 4 inches high with mulching mowers, or I think it's talking about bagging mowers, but I'm just going to leave it right there. Okay, so again, what could we kind of add in here? One thing I want to talk about is fertilizer. So let's hop into fertilizer actually. Should I use fertilizer on my St. Augustine grass? Again, I'll just kind of do this. The word fertilizer, answer the question. Fertilizer and caring for, these are just kind of like generic starters and connecting sentences there. Caring for St. Augustine grass is important to fertilize. The fertilizer is not high in nitrogen because that will cause the lawn to grow rapidly and produce more of an opportunity for dead or brown patches in your yard. A high quality soil mix. Again, I put the word soil in that. I also put the word fertilizer in that. It's included both of those in there. Should be sufficient enough for most homeowners, but if you have problems with dry spots, you may need additional nutrients from compost or manure. Do I need to use fertilizer? The answer to the question depends. Here, it's kind of like repeating this above, which is not necessarily what I want. So I'll just delete all that rather than kind of fact checking it here. Okay, so I'm up to a 38. I need a lot more paragraphs. I need a handful of more words. I'm kind of good in the headings range here, but let me kind of talk about caring for St. Augustine grass in the summertime. Okay, so again, I'm looking for some keywords, and I'm gonna move this box over so I can see this stuff better. So we'll be adding that as a feature here. But again, what are some words that I want? Soil, temperature might be a good one. Turf, I need to add that. I still need to add the word fertilizer more. But again, I could add that. I could add some more up here real quick. Some of the best fertilizer brands are True Green Scots. This is good. This is good. Okay, so again, I'm going to add another, a couple pound signs there. How to care for St. Augustine grass in the summer. St. Augustine grass grows differently depending on the season. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get this word season in there. Generally, depending on the season, it's best to know the correct way for caring for St. Augustine grass in order to keep it healthy and green all year round. In the spring, fertilize your lawn. So it's kind of going on and on. So I'll do this, in the spring and summer. First, salt accumulates on top of soils and kills plant life. In the summer,
There, right?
it's really
There's a notion
see,
doc.
see, now I got all off balance with your question there. Yeah, there's really just two short codes. You can find those up here. Editor Pro Tips. Learn more from the Help Center.
This help
And
center is amazing too.
yeah, and there's the short codes here. It's really just two. Again, there's the 3 stars, stops Jarvis from like reading up above, and then the 2 pound signs. Lets them know that there are headers there. And so again, I haven't really had to use the 3 stars. Sometimes you can use that if Jarvis is repeating material from up above, or maybe you're kind of going a different direction. You really want him to write about that. But yeah, I haven't really had to do that here. caring for St. Augustine grass in the summer. Go back to medium. You can get a little wacky with long. When it's hot, can be a challenge. Be sure to water, yada, yada. And here's one thing that we don't have. Actually, I forgot to add this. So here's the keyword. I need to make this the H1. Excuse me. Okay, so I'll make that an H1. And boom, now you see the, content score go way up from there as well. So that's one of the reasons it's kind of being held back. Okay. Cool. So this is the gist, folks. You're basically trying to, one, write high quality content, right? This is different than like article spinners or maybe AI in the past. Like this is real, readable, high quality content. So we're not just stuffing keywords in there. It's got to be real. We want real people to read this. We want real people to find value in it and share it. And that's just the beauty of Jarvis. So this is actually good content that will rank well today. We've had a lot of people that have written stuff and then, really quickly within, 4 or 5 days, it's starting to rank and starting to show up there. But what I would do is just keep writing and adding, these things in. I would keep, taking these keywords, putting them up here, swapping them out, maybe steering Jarvis, with the different headlines that I'm writing or that I'm working on here, and let's say I'll put evening. Let's pick a weird one. Subtropical climates. Put that as a keyword. Answer the question, what climates does Augustine grass thrive in? What climates does Augustine grass like? Make it a little header. Boom. He's more likely to say something about subtropical climates because I asked him to. The St. Augustine grows best in subtropical climate, and subtropical climate with a lot of rain annually that stays moist year round, yada, yada. And so this thing is just going to keep on climbing. Now, one thing we don't have in here is we don't have the ability to add images where you're going to see the content score go up, as you add those images in there. What I wanted to keep doing is add more paragraphs. I've got 25 paragraphs now, but I want to get to, 33 or 40. The word count is pretty good, but as I continue to do that, I really want this score to get, probably just in the green, at least in the green, 66, or 70 out of 100 there. And that's going to be really great. And so here, while I'm talking to you guys, I couldn't really write about this topic. I'm mostly thinking about what I'm saying to you guys. I've got, 1,000 or 1,100 words or, somewhere close to that written here. And this is probably pretty dang close to being something that could rank. So let me go ahead and stop and answer any questions now. I know I've kind of gone through a lot. I'm sure there's questions built up, but Austin, you want to hit me with some questions?
Yeah. So does it know any other languages?
Yeah, so Jarvis, is really, again, trained on a lot of the internet, and he's pretty good at about 11 languages. We've got a list, again, in our help center, but, we're going to be adding another like API layer on top of that this month. That's going to improve the language of, one, the long form, but all the languages should be really, really, really good here in the next few weeks. So look for that.
And how is it getting context of what information to write? It's reading, up into a point, and how does that work?
Yeah, so I mean, I'm trying to steer Jarvis, and so in this case, I found that Jarvis does really well with questions, like what climates does St. Augustine grass grow in, and so what Jarvis is doing is he's taking the title, he's taking the description, he's taking the keywords, and then he's looking at the previous 600 characters before I hit compose. So in this case, if I'm writing here, Jarvis is going to look at this, and then 600 characters up. And then he's going to take all of that and try to figure out what's the next thing that I should write. Like, what does Dave want me to write here? Like, what's the most logical thing to write next? So he's really looking for patterns. And so, if I write you know, whatever, some of the states this grass grows in. And if I wrote, Texas, now Jarvis is more likely to just like write a bullet point list here instead of just writing again. So he's kind of filling out the list. Whereas if I didn't have the bullet points, he'd probably just like keep writing. So he's looking at the pattern. He said, okay, well, this is the one bullet point has been written. This is probably a bullet point list. I'm going to go ahead and keep writing list. Texas, California, again, I have to go fact check and like see, is that really, where these things grow here? But that's really how he's getting context and writing well here.
Specific use cases. So let's say if you're trying to write a blog post about a product review, like an Amazon review product, how do we go about like inputting a section or a review or description about a product?
Yeah. So I'll talk about some of those functionality here that I'll use as well. That I'll usually kind of use, as I'm going back through it. But let's say I just want to like rephrase something to make it, sound different and more simple. Well, I can either just, click this rephrase button. Important to know what climate you live in, so you can determine how often your lawn needs mowing. It's kind of rephrasing that from the frequency of lawn mowing depends on climates and weather. Another one that I really like is this new one called Explain It to a Fifth Grader that basically takes my content at whatever grade level I've been writing it at and really lowers it down here. So the frequency of lawn mowing depends on climates and weather turns into the way, again, it's kind of weird grammar there. I'm going to run it again. Lawn mowing depends on climate and weather. It's like that's how I've got a 3-year-old boy, and that's how I would talk to him. Even though, again, he probably wouldn't understand the word climate. This is for like a 10-year-old here. This is going to really simplify your writing there. Additionally, you got the other tools in the Power Editor, and I'll go in here sometimes as well. You might use this to kind of get your outline from the beginning. So here I could take the title, pop this in here, generate my content, and it's going to give me some ideas for what I should use for the tips. Mow your lawn regularly, keep your grass well watered in the summer months, fertilize and feed your grass with a quality fertilizer every 4 to 6 weeks, trim around the trees. I mean, these are pretty dang good. So it's like, that's another tool that I would use. Or, yeah, I mean, for example, people are like writing like product reviews.
Fertilizer that you want to showcase in this one, that helps this St. Augustine grass. How would you do
You
a
said if I want
product?
to talk about a product,
Yeah.
what's the product?
How about a fertilizer type product?
All right, so here's what I'm gonna do, folks. So I'm gonna like change gears and do that. I'm actually gonna go back up to the document settings probably, and I'm gonna change the title. So I'm gonna say product review for fertilizer spreader. By the way, folks, Austin has been working on taking all of the grass out of his yard and adding, artificial turf. And so don't listen to what this guy says. He doesn't get the work we're doing here.
All
Um,
oxen turf.
let's say, Jimmy Dean's fertilizer spreader. Jimmy Dean's fertilizer spreader. And I'd probably just like go to like Amazon and like take, let's do this. I'll go to Amazon. Fertilizer spreader. By the way, I always give a disclaimer. I've never done this before. I've never thought about Scott's spreader here. This may not go well, but you'll at least see my thought process on this. Okay. Take in some of the info here. Write a product review for this. Go back and take these. It has great features like, Okay, maybe I want to add in, fertilizer spreader keyword here. Okay, so I've basically kind of hijacked the direction of the article by going back and change it to a full different format here. But that's going to get me a lot. It's going to just help really steer this. And so what I'm going to do as well is I'm going to go ahead and I don't want Jarvis to read the rest of the article because he's going to kind of read it. He's going to start to imitate a blog post if he sees all of that. So I'm going to add these 3 stars, which makes him much less likely to. It means he can't see any of this stuff up here. And I'll start it here. So this is a product review. Okay, if I hit compose here, let's see what will happen. The Scott spreader is a great product. It has many features, including dual rotor technology that provides unbeatable accuracy and a 6-foot spread pattern for time savings. Let's kind of see. I mean, some of it is it's just going to be kind of probably copying that. I can always go back and rephrase this thing so it's my own content here. Never flat tires so that Scott spreader is a great buy at $2.99. It's not actually $2.99, so you have to go, fix that. This is a great product for homeowners and anyone who's interested in lawn care. So again, I'm going to kind of like either do that, or you could also kind of go into some of these like Amazon product features or product description, like add this, to that as well in order to, get the content that you're looking for inside of the blog post here. We've also got, meta descriptions. So you get to the end of this thing and you're like, well, great, I need to upload this thing. So, company product name.
And each one of these templates has been trained on specific use cases. So if you use, for example, the product description template, it's trained on all of the best product descriptions that we found like are high converting.
Yep.
And so maybe you want to hop between those templates and copy and paste them. Like the AIDA one or the PAS one are fantastic copywriting templates.
Yep, totally. Okay, so look at this here. So now I'm getting into my description. So title, great, that's good. There's my meta description, meta title. If you're a homeowner in the market for lawn maintenance equipment, looking further in this blog post, we got all your questions answered and more right here. Okay, that's pretty good. I could even add in, at the bottom, there's a lot of times there's like some sort of a, description of the company or the author. The lawn care guy. Care guy is the top blog for lawn care serving the Texas area, whatever. It's kind of to feel like if you're, working with a lawn care company. I don't want to put in a bunch of other stuff there. Lawn Care Guy is a blog for people looking to learn about grass care, provide information on topics such as the best lawnmower, how to grow healthy plants and flowers, and tips for improving your landscaping. Our readers can also find useful resources, yada, yada, boom. Description. And then I might even have the author. And I would go to this personal bio here. So Dave Rogenmoser, lawn care fanatic, loves mowing grass in my basketball shoes and mowing, drink in my hand, yada. The voice, funny. Okay, now we got a little description about the author popping out here. I'm Dave. This is first person. I could change it to third person here. I love mowing lawns, playing basketball. I don't really care what you think about it, but that's just the way things are in life right now. That's about right. I have to wear a drink on my shirt while mowing the grass with my shoes and blast some tunes from my Bluetooth speaker. Yada, yada here. So I'm just banging out everything that would be on this page for a topic that I know a little bit about, but not enough about to really be some lawn care expert. And, I've done this while talking in about 30 minutes. And, basically what I want to do is just go and add it into WordPress. I'd want to add, a couple images into this thing, and I would be in pretty good shape.
How's our score looking on Surfer?
Let's go check it here. I bet it's 51. No,
Woohoo!
still 51. So again, what am I going to do? Well, I need to probably have this actually mentioned a little bit less. I don't want to have, kind of over optimized for certain keywords. And I just would really go through and rewrite, to where I've got all these different keywords in there. And I'd probably get this thing up to like a 70 or 80, after, making sure I've got my headings in there, and all this stuff. It's that simple, folks.
Images
You too.
score too.
What's that?
The images will skyrocket that score too. It's like you have
Yeah,
zero,
yeah.
so it's like the content itself is probably already in the green,
Mm-hmm.
and all done in 30 minutes, as you were saying.
Yep, totally. So, folks, we got a lot of new stuff coming as well. I mean, you've seen we're shipping new features every single day. This has been a lot of fun. We got another good one coming up here in about an hour and a half. So look for that. We've got, I'll probably release the Pinterest description one here later. So get excited if you have anything to do with Pinterest. It's really optimized over the best Pinterest stuff here. Let me quickly just share about the where we're headed with the product for people that haven't signed up or on the fence. And then we'll do some more Q&A as well. Cool. So, if you're already in, you probably love it. Let me know in the chat, how much out of 10 you are liking the unlimited plan here right now. It's pretty dang good. So unlimited plan basically gets you a bunch of juicy stuff. Everything I just showed you, unlimited words per month for only $99 a month, but the price goes up tomorrow. So tomorrow, 11:59 p.m. Pacific time, the price is going up. We haven't announced what the new price will be. But it's substantially more than it is right now. And so what you're going to get is, one, you're going to get a 600 character input limit for all of our templates. Right now, all of our templates have a 400 character limit for the base plan, but then this one updates all of that. So you can just feed Jarvis more information. You get this long form assistant. You get the documents that I was working in there. You get the power mode where that little drawer slides out and you get all that in there. You get this, sentence rephraser, the grammar fixer. I need to update this with, explain it like a child. You get all of that in there, and you're basically going to keep getting, all the new exciting stuff that we're releasing there. And so if you've been on the fence, try it out. I will give you a 7-day money back guarantee, and there's really no reason not to try it. We don't want your money if you don't like it. I'm serious about that. We got enough crazy happy paying customers here. But if you're on the fence, you're writing a lot of content, you will want to get in on this before the price goes up. So again, Conversion.ai/unlimited. You'll be able to go there and then, scroll down. And you can either, create a new account, or if you're an existing customer, you can go upgrade your account from there. Any questions about that before we go back to final Q&A, Austin? Please don't email me on Saturday about getting the deal. I'm not going to do it. I've shouted it from the rooftops that the price is going up for weeks now. So this is your time to get it.
Yeah. So existing customers, when they upgrade, they're locking in the 99 price point.
Yep. Yeah, your price will not go up on Saturday for existing customers.
Cool. Any other questions, guys? Can this be paid yearly?
We don't have an annual plan yet. We probably should. Honestly, I asked JP about it, and he said it'll take probably 2 days to build out. And I said, we're building features instead. So we are delaying taking a lot of your money in order to just keep shipping you new features. But here, one day we'll get that built out, and you guys can pay annually and probably save a little bit on that too. But I'm hoping to get out an annual plan next month. Next month is going to be, again, a lot more stuff around the long form assistant. We're going to be adding languages. We're going to be adding more kind of, just, I guess, long form templates, in order to like write emails a little bit better. And yeah, probably get you guys an annual plan. And I potentially have some other really exciting announcement for you guys this next month here. I won't tease you too much because, yeah, I just won't. But be looking out for that. I'll let you guys know if I think we'll be able to get that out to you this next month.
Cool. And for Surfer, that integration is on the Pro plan only.
Yep. So that integration's on the Pro plan. As far as Surfer, if you want to try that, you can come over into your settings, come down here to Surfer and turn on SEO mode. And if you don't have a Surfer account, we've got a special deal through this link right here. It's surferseo.com/Jarvis. You click on that, and then you will be taken to a place where you can get a $1 30-day trial of an already discounted plan. So really special deal. It's $1. Try it out. I mean, folks, think about it. It's like, I don't think I need to oversell this thing, but like, you pay $1 for Surfer for the next month. You pay me $99. You have 7-day money back guarantee. You could probably write 60 blog posts. 30 for $100 flat, and just go out there and like write more content than you ever had before. So total steal. If you haven't bought it, definitely do that here now and try it out. There's really no risk for it. Any other questions here just about, anything I've talked about or how to write good content or anything that you've run into as well? We will put this replay up in the Academy here, shortly as well.
Yeah, people are asking about how many people can join their team on this Pro plan.
Yep, so it comes with 3 seats total, so you and 2 others. Past that, it's $15 a month for users. That's one of the things that is going to go up in price as well, is the cost per user as well. So take advantage of this, especially if you've got a team that you want to get on there. And then if you've got a Surfer account, just one Surfer account is good for all of the members in your Conversion.ai account. So if you got 5 members over here, one Surfer account, they can all use all of it, which is pretty sweet.
Sweet.
Any last questions? By the way, guys, try this Bubbly Bounce caffeinated sparkling water. We take our sparkling water pretty serious around here, and we just got this, and it is great. I'm probably gonna drink 3 of them and be up all night. Also, folks, anybody who makes a meme video and posts it in the Facebook group or a meme image, you're like a different tier in my mind here. So I just love those. Those are awesome. Keep those things coming here. I'm going to figure out some little reward or prize we can give you guys for doing that. But those definitely pump the team up and make us want to ship stuff even faster. All right. Any other questions? If I upgraded to SEO, would it automatically integrate it and win? Sorry, I don't understand the question there, Lewis. If you upgrade Surfer SEO, would it automatically integrate? Is that the question? If so, yes. Post the meme videos where? Yeah, in the Facebook group, Jack. If you guys aren't in the Facebook group, you definitely want to join that. It is rowdy. Any plans to integrate with Phrase? I've reached out to them. I think we have a meeting scheduled. Actually, I don't know if the meeting fully got scheduled here, but yeah, we're going to chat about it and see if there's something we can do there. Jen, I love LAMP too. Any summarizer features in the future? Maybe. Yeah, maybe. Jarvis isn't great at taking like huge chunks of text and summarizing them. And so it's usually like kind of smaller, it's smaller chunks of text. And so, yeah, we're looking at kind of how Jarvis is most effective in there. But where can we see the Surfer SEO integration? So again, you're going to go into your settings, top right settings. You're going to turn on SEO mode. Once you have that turned on, if you're just logged into Surfer and logged into Conversion.ai, you'll be able to see it back here. You'll click on this little thing up at the top that'll open up the drawer for Surfer. We had photo capabilities and long form editor. At some point, it's probably not on the real near-term roadmap. Just know that you'll have to put them in there as well. But, it's like Jarvis writes content. We're not trying to become a document editor, so we're kind of always trying to like figure out like what's the line of like I'm not trying to replace Google Docs here. Ideally, we would just kind of work inside of Google Docs at some point for you guys. But yeah, we'll see about adding images, but it's not going to be in the next week. What happens with the price if I stop the subscription for a month or two? Will it stay at $99? We'll probably let you pause for like 1 month. But if you sign up now and then kind of cancel for a few months, and then come back and you're like, hey, I want to be back on the 99, like you're not gonna be able to do that. You'll just have to get back on at the price that it is. But I'm not trying to kill you guys here. So yeah, if you got to pause, I think that's fine with me. How does the article that was created in the demo compare to a score to what appears in the top 10? So Surfer does compare this to the top 10 already. And so if you get up into this green, it's going to do really well. Again, I didn't finish it. I need to add more stuff and write more to get it up into the green here. But yeah, if I get it in the green, it's going to do really well against the top 10. Best ways to export a finished post. We don't have an export button right now, so you'll probably just have to copy and then go paste somewhere else. Does it integrate with Grammarly? Yeah, I'm using Grammarly like right here. So I've got like the Chrome extension that just integrates Grammarly, so you can use that inside of the editor as well. Any one-to-one coaching? We don't have any one-to-one coaching available right now. We've thought about making some of the community members coaches, like certified Jarvis coaches. So if anybody's interested in that, let me know. If you'd be, wanting to do some one-on-one coaching as well, just as I think we have a lot of people that want that, would pay some for that. So, yeah, that's definitely something we've looked at, having a couple certified coaches to kind of test that out. Any plans to integrate with MarketMuse in the future? Yeah, we're friends with the people at MarketMuse, really good folks, and we've got a call set up with them to just kind of discuss that as well. I really like what they're building over there. Will Jarvis be able to rephrase text in other languages? Yes, once we get the language stuff built out this month, he will be able to. You mentioned something about Pinterest. Can you mention that again? The audio cut out. Yeah, so I'm releasing a Pinterest description template here in like 2 hours. So look for that. Just join the Facebook group. That's where I post all the updates as well. So Giselle, you'll see that in there. This is my first encounter with your product. What all does the Pro Unlimited include? Pro Unlimited includes everything. So you'll get the long form editor. You'll get everything that I showed you today. You'll get all of these templates over here to write about all sorts of stuff. And you'll just get every feature. Plus, you will get unlimited credits per month. So you don't have to pay for extra credits as well. So that's what all comes in the Pro Unlimited. Could you guys repost the Surfer discount link? Yeah, what it is Surfer SEO / Jarvis as well. So Austin, you can maybe post that. Any plagiarism features coming? Not in the immediate future. I recommend Copysmith. I think it's the best one. We've definitely talked with them about importing Copysmith. Sorry, not Copysmith, Copyscape. Copysmith's a competitor. You don't want to check them out. Copyscape. We'd have to talk about adding them into our product here, but aren't doing that immediately. All language stuff will be improved later this month or next month. No plans to integrate with either SEMrush or Ahrefs at the moment here. If we already have Surfer SEOs at extra money to integrate it with you guys, no, you just need to have a plan with both of you. You need to have a Conversion.ai plan, you need to have a Surfer plan, and there's no cost, extra for the integration there. Dropbox paper integration at some point. It's the first time I've heard somebody ask that. I do like Dropbox paper, so not in the near future, but I'm definitely open to it. Do you need the Pro plan at Surfer? No. You'll want to use this plan. You'll do surferseo.com / Jarvis. This is the plan that you want. It's a discounted plan. It's an extra trial, and it's a better plan anyway here. Yeah, we're looking at adding voice typing. That's something people have asked about. So we're looking at that as well. Random, what was the Pro price ever lower than 99? No, it's never been lower than 99. All right, folks. 15 more seconds here. Where can I find the list of short codes? You can find all that in the Help Center here. If you come down here, you can go to our Help Center and you'll find our whole awesome Help Center. Then if you come to using the long-form assistant right here, you will have a list of long-form assistant specific stuff. And you will find using short codes. right in there.
Awesome. Thanks, everybody.
Okay, I'll answer just a couple more real quick here. Phrase.io, yes, we're talking to them. No plans to integrate with SEMrush, but I'm open to it. A lot of people are interested in being coached. So if you're one of our baller users, power users, shoot me a message on Facebook. Looking at you, Reed, if you're still on here. We might have some one-on-one coaching opportunities. Sorry, I'm new to all this. Is Jarvis different than Conversion.ai? Yeah, that's kind of confusing. Jarvis is the name of the company. Or no, Conversion.ai is the name of the company. Jarvis is the name of the AI. But Jarvis is just a better name and a really friendly guy that we all like. And so I tend to use the word Jarvis more often here. Are there any plans to white label Jarvis? Not at the moment. Do you need any user testers? No, thank you. We got a bunch of people in there right now. Will the $15 a month for each user past 3 remain the same price? That's a good question. For anybody that's on the $99 plan, we'll probably cap it at a certain level to where anything past that will be the new price per user. But again, we'll be generous here. But at some point, we'll probably up that to where that will be more if you keep adding new users there. Do you plan on having the pro account always get all feature upgrades for early users? Probably not. As we add new stuff, we need to monetize as well and help pay for development. And so, as we add new stuff, we'll probably have new plans in the future as well. We don't have plans for that at the moment, but say never is a long time. All right, folks. A lot of these questions, we got a million of them here. Everybody, just hop into the Facebook group. That's a great place to ask questions. A lot of other people can, answer them as well. But hop into our Facebook group if you're not. It's awesome to search Conversion.ai on Facebook here, and we'll get you guys all taken care of. So, love you guys. You're awesome. This will be uploaded into the Academy. It's a great place for training, Conversion.ai/Academy as well here, in an hour or two, whenever it gets done processing. And if you're a user, just know we're not slowing down, okay? I know we're moving fast, but we're going to be moving even faster next month. So get used to it. I don't want to hear any complaining about all the new features because it's not going away. So anyway, you guys are awesome. Hopefully you feel really valued, and we really want you guys to feel like you're part of a championship team here and a winning team. So we'll see you guys back in the Facebook group. Talk to you soon. Peace.